Yo, what's going on? What's happening? I got a few family members and friends that's on social media. You know, some of them have YouTube channels, Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, X. And oftentimes when they post on their channels and pages, you know, it's always videos and pictures of, you know, graduations, birthday celebrations, you know, what they did on the 4th of July, you know, what they did on the weekend and stuff like that. And, you know, if I were to look at those pictures and I didn't know any better, I would think that life was beautiful living in America, that the economy was fine, and that the average person, the average American they're not going through anything. And it's crazy to me because I know better. Like, I'm more in tune to what's going on in America than the average American is. And I can tell you that's far from the furthest truth, that everything is all good. But according to my family and friends and the things that they post up on their page, their channels and pages, you would think that everything was all good. And I understand, you know, you want to be optimistic, you want to send out positive vibes, you want to inspire and motivate people, but there has to be a sense of balancement. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is I don't see reality on their pages. I don't see the realness. And I understand that some people don't want to speak up on the truth. Some people don't have the voice to do it. I get it. But somewhere in between that, there's a sense of ignorance. Somewhere in between that, there's a sense of, you know what, if I ignore it, I don't talk about it, and if I believe that it doesn't exist, somehow, some way, inflation and all of the things that we as Americans and others that's going through the, because this is happening everywhere, will somewhat go away. Now, I will say this, that a lot of my family members and friends are Christian. They believe in God. So I guess they would hand over all of the negativity and put it in the hands of God. So therefore, they won't be responsible for it. They won't have to think about it. As long as they pray, they pay their tithes, and when that offering comes around, that plate comes around again, they put a couple of dollars in there, they're fine. You know, but come on, man, let's just be real. All of this is affecting the average person. And you can't be but so ignorant. And you can't give all of the problems that's going on in the world up to God when it's directly affecting your life. Like, you mean to tell me when you walk into the grocery store, you can't tell that the price of chicken and the price that you normally pay for a pack of chicken hasn't doubled? You mean to tell me when you walk in Walmart that the prices haven't changed and you're not aware of it? Like, it's gotten to the point where Walmart is digitally changing the prices of products now. They don't even have, and on some of their products, they don't even have the price tags on some of their products because the product is changing on an hourly, a daily, or a weekly basis. Hell, you may go to Walmart and get you a t-shirt for $5. By the time you make it up to the cash register, that shirt that was once $5, that was marked as $5, you go to the cash register, that shit done jumped to $10. Straight up. Like, my family and friends can't tell me that they're not aware of what's going on and what's happening. Like, you don't see a price difference in your car insurance that you pay monthly? Come on, let's be real here. That eventually, it's gotten to the point where things are becoming so expensive till eventually we're going to be priced out of life, out of living. ashamed or embarrassed to admit it. At first. And this is recorded. This has been documented based on the videos that I've done in the past on this channel. I told you all, I did videos about it. At first, I got priced out of Charlotte. And I did a video about it. I said, man, Charlotte is becoming too expensive to live in. The price of everything is going up. Shit, before I left, they were talking about putting tolls on Highway 77. So you mean to tell me a highway that I normally go back up and down for years on, you want to put toll booths on that motherfucker? Or, excuse me, that's back in the days. Tolls on it? So then I said, you know what? I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna move out of Charlotte into the country. You know, out in the country. You know, these small little towns that are surrounded around Charlotte. And I looked around, and I was like, God damn, this shit is expensive. So then I started looking at other states, you know, that's more affordable to live in. So eventually I was like, shit. I got priced out of Charlotte. I got priced out of living in country areas in the state of North Carolina. I got priced out of living in North Carolina. Now I've been priced out of living in the United States, period. We're at that point where we're being priced out of life. Now we have corporate landlords. And they're getting exactly what they want. That the average American can't afford to own anything. The only thing we can afford to do as of now, at this point, is rent. That's it. People are losing their jobs. They're losing their houses. They're losing income. Cars. Shit. A lot of people are actually losing their goddamn minds. And I know what some of you all are going to say, man, why do you always... Langston, man, you just keep on back to back to back. Negative. Negativity. Don't you have something positive to talk about? No, I don't. Please let me know what's positive to talk about. I could talk about my individual life, but why would someone want to hear about my life when my life is not their reality? Straight up. And even my life is not picture perfect. People keep on talking. Man, I hear this shit all the time, man. You living in paradise. It costs to live in paradise. Are you willing to pay the price? Is the question. And it's not just paying with money. It's paying the price, meaning that you're restricted to certain things when you live in a type of environment that I live in. Real shit. Because ain't nobody around here walking around with name brand clothes. Straight up. Like there's an outfit that the average person wears in this type of environment that I'm living in. Real shit. And that is... Believe it or not, it's hot. It's hot out here, but that's long sleeve shirts because a lot of people, you know, don't want to. A lot of people fair skinned or mixed, so they're covering themselves so they won't, get hit with the UV rays. I call them Ricardo boots, but a lot of people walking around here because everybody's working. You know what I mean? So you got these rubber boots. And that's fit for all terrain, whether you got to dig holes in the ground, whether you got to walk up mountains or whatever form of work you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And you got your machete. That's pretty much the basic fit that you'll see out here. Excuse me, with with pants. You know, very rare do you see anybody wearing shorts around here. It's very rare. So, are you willing to pay that price? You know, you're being restricted to certain things that you normally would have access to when living in the States. So don't give me that BS about me living in paradise, because there's pros and cons to any and everywhere that you live at, for real. Straight up. Do you know there are times that I wish, because we don't have Instacart. I can't call somebody up. Call somebody. I can't get on my cell phone and go to the Instacart app and say I want this, and get it instantly in 30 minutes. That's not how this shit works here. Ain't no Instacart here. Ain't no fast food restaurants around the corner. Straight up. So yeah, man. I don't have it great here. But people just, I don't know. You know, I don't get it. You know, like, come on. I know y'all can tell the difference. And I'm saying this specific to my family and friends. I know y'all can tell the difference. I know a lot of you all eat out. I know a lot of you all eat at fast food restaurants. I know that you can tell the difference between the cost of a Big Mac a year or two ago compared to now. I know that you can tell that they don't have value meals anymore. Like, what's the purpose of having a fast food restaurant like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and you're not able to go to those places and get a value meal? Well, let me just be straight up. There was never any value in the meal in the first place. A value of what? That shit don't have any nutrition in it. It's nothing valuable about the value meal. It's not like when I get a number 3 and the number 3 is a Big Mac, fries, and a medium Coke. It's not like that shit got vitamin B12, vitamin D, vitamin C, iron, magnesium, and potassium in the motherfucking sandwich, or let alone the fries. That shit is crazy to me, man. Well, people don't look at life that way, man. People will say I'm being negative because I'm telling you the truth. That is to the point that we've been priced out of life. Like, we can't even afford to live these days. Straight up. And what happens? What happens when you've been pushed to that point? We're not exactly there, but we're getting there. Straight up. And why did we have to get here? Why are we here? Oh, I can tell you. There's so many greedy ass people on this planet, and they don't give a flying fuck about humanity. They don't care. And I don't even call those people that are greedy and I don't give a fuck about human beings, I don't even call them humans. I call those people people. And there's a difference between a person and a human. A human has care and concern for others. A person or people don't give a fuck because they're so caught into society and what they're doing, how they're achieving, how much money they have in the bank. And they're not concerned with others. And we can say that's how the system has programmed us. But we can deprogram ourselves and reprogram ourselves into having care and love for others. But nobody won't do that shit. Humans will do it, but not people. Straight up. It's all I. And that's the reason why there are certain family members and friends that I don't even fuck with. Straight up. Like, you may be doing decent. Your life may be good. Excuse me, I had to adjust myself, if you know what I mean. But your life may be good. But what about others? Real shit. Like sometimes all it takes is just a video. Just a short to let people know, like, yo, man, you know, I'm doing all right in life, but I'm concerned about others. I'm seeing what the economy is doing to other people. I see what stress is doing to other people. I see what the loss of a job is doing to other people. I see how people are living in, I keep on saying this, and it's like, y'all ain't getting this? Like, this, oh, you think because, you know, you live in your own little bubble that what I'm saying ain't true. Because you are living good. But there are people that are living in storage units. There are people that are living in their cars. There are families that have been evicted from their houses. And social media is a cruel place because there are people that don't give a fuck what other people are, what humans are going through. And that shit is crazy to me, man. If they're going through something and you're not, eventually, that all the negativity is going to be knocking at your door. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, you may be able to afford $2,000 to $3,000 a month for a one-bedroom studio. But what happens when that price doubles? When that studio that you were able to afford, that was $2,000 to $3,000 a month, becomes $6,000 to $8,000, $4,000 to $6,000 a month. Then what? Real shit. I seen this damn documentary on, you know, people not being able to eat and they can't afford to go to the grocery store and shit like that. And they're lined up at food pantries. The average American, I'm talking about people that got decent cars, college degrees, and make decent money. They can afford to pay their bills, but they can't afford to eat. And they're lined up at a food pantry trying to get free food. Like, this shit is crazy out here. It's crazy out here. How can you be priced out of life? How? How is that even possible? It's one thing to be priced out like far as like, you know, maybe a neighborhood that you want to move, that you wanted to move to. But you can't because, you know, you're not making the amount of money in order to live in that specific neighborhood. Or maybe you've been priced out far as the particular car that you wanted to purchase. You know, maybe you wanted to get the Mercedes Benz, you know, which is a step up or a step above the Honda Accord, but you couldn't get it. So you had to settle for the Honda Accord. Nowadays, you can't, you've been priced out of life. You can't even settle for, like, there is nothing else that you could settle for because they done priced you out of everything, even in the fucking hood. It's to the point where the hood is expensive to live in now. It used to be I'm telling you, the staples of being able to get by if you're going through a recession, inflation, or whatever it is, as far as dealing with food, the staple of foods, if I'm using that right, would be, your staple foods would be potatoes, bread, milk, eggs, and sugar. All 5 of those things are expensive as shit. Even oodles and noodles are expensive. How is it that ultra processed foods are so expensive to the point where you're thinking now when you purchase shit, you know, like as example, ultra processed foods, you thinking that you buying organic shit because this is just as expensive as regular organic food. Like shit, if I'm gonna fucking buy some shit that's poisonous to my body, which is ultra processed foods, I would think it would be cheap. I would think that my poison would be cheap. But it's just as expensive as nowadays. That's what I mean by being priced out of life. It's just as expensive to eat bad as it is to eat good. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And I don't see an ending to this. I don't. Because none of my family members or friends are going to step up to the plate and speak up against what's going on. Most people are sheeple. They're sheeps. They'll listen. They are cool and fine with being told what to do. Yeah, they may bitch and complain and all the rest of that shit, but it don't matter. They still fall in line. And that's just life. And that's what makes me step further and further and further away from society and overall people. Straight up. Because things are not going to change. They're going to get worse. And as my father would say, well, what can you do? And when you have that type of mentality, when millions, if not billions of people have that type of mentality, like as if they are powerless and they can't do shit about their situation, then guess what? Whatever the powers that be, the oligarchies of the world, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. It's like a bully in school, you know what I'm saying? He's going to keep on pushing you. He's going to keep on punching you in the face. And he's going to continue to take your lunch, or if you don't have lunch, you know, your lunch money. Until one day you stand up against him and you say, I'm not going to take the shit anymore. That's the day he'll stop. Until then, he's going to keep on doing what he's doing. And it's so funny how the masses outnumber this small elite group, so-called elite group. Straight up, we outnumber them. There's only a small group of people that control the masses. And a lot of us know that. And we still bow down to them. That shit is crazy to me. That's what makes me want to be in the middle of the jungle and slowly but surely disappear. Because I'm the one that speaks up. I'm the one that refuses to obey. I don't want to do shit that someone else wants me to do. I do what I want to do in life. And it's just that plain and simple. And at the end of the day, the question is, like, how can you be priced out of life? How? A human can't price you out of life, but we as a collective are allowing them to do it. People to control our lives. And for that, I'm out. Sooner than later, I'm going to disappear. Because I'm not going to allow nobody to control me. It's just that plain and simple. Maybe you will, but not I. Other than that, my name is Langston 2092. Out.